Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Let's say you are a family and you have a mommy and a daddy and the children over there. And let's say the family decides that daddy is in charge of the finances of the family. That means he's going to make sure that how much we gain and we spend, we will have profit, at least, that we can save some money, we can go visit places, go on holidays. But it's another opportunity, chance or option that maybe daddy doesn't know how to do this and we work in a deficit. That means the money that comes in is less than the money the family consumes. That's going to turn into a deficit. That means you go into debt. And that debt accelerates, what should the family do? If you say, okay, for the past 7 months, the deficit goes and grows, what are they going to do? You will do this. You say, daddy, no more. Let's try mommy. And mommy is going to take over. Okay? Or vice versa. I'm just speaking whatever. I don't care. The sex is here. I just give you an analogy. Or in an enterprise, in a business, the same thing. If the business has the deficit for 7 months continuously going down, what do you do? It's not the laborer who's, maybe the laborer is not efficient. Who's in charge of that? The manager, who has to figure things out. If the manager is not good, you're going to fire the manager. If the worker is not good, you're going to get rid of him or train him. The same here. But you're going to change something with the guys in charge. In this case, let's say the company goes down. What do you think will happen with the investors regarding the guys in charge of the company? We'll fire that person and try someone else to get profits, not deficits. Not in the United States. Why? Because we live in a democratic system of elections. Majority supposedly here, all that. Yes. So we do that. So therefore, you got a person voted, and that person picks his government, appoints and are confirmed or not confirmed chiefs of departments that they will run the decisions and make all this for the economy. They are in charge. Now, if this group of people are running a big deficit, let's say about 900 billion in the past 7 months, for example, what would you do with that? Nothing. Why? Because you have to wait until their term expires, which is in 2 years and a little bit more, right? So if you wait this much, and 2 years, isn't it? Yeah, 2 years and a little bit more. It's 2024. So 2023, about 2 more years. So we wait until they run out of this, and we just go the deficit. So is that logical? Is that viable? Is that efficient? Obviously not. But this is the democratic system that we are in. We vote a guy in office, dumb or not dumb. He runs a deficit of $928 billion in the past 7 months, and he's going to keep working. He's going to be on the job because he got a contract. Contracts in business could be, okay, done, you're out. But hey, nevertheless, with low performance, not here. So that means you can have a dumbass that's going to ruin the country and you're going to let him end his term. Democratic system. All right, let's see what this article has to say. Comes from Fox News, and it's not the only one, but I picked this one because it was the clearest. So this is what these guys are telling us. This is from May 8th. Federal government under Biden runs $928 billion deficit in just 7 months. Do you think it's a lot? All right, well, and our economy, I think that's a lot. But let's see what these guys are saying. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, CBO, revealed the federal government under President Biden has run a nearly $1 trillion federal deficit in the first 7 months of fiscal year 2023. They should be fired, but we can't. We have to wait almost 2 years. In 2 years, you can multiply that by what? If 7 months, let's say 3 times almost, and you got it. Now, CBO's report dropped on Monday, giving lawmakers insight into the current state of the federal deficit. The nonpartisan agency found that in the first 7 months of the federal year, of 2023 alone, the federal government has racked up to $928 billion right there. This is the guy in charge. This is the guy in charge of your children's future and your grandchildren right here. I don't think he's anybody in there. But anyway, at this point, there's lost stare. I worked with, no, but that's a old lost stare. Look at this guy. Jesus Christ, man. Is he still alive here? Hey, hello, clonk, clonk, clonk. The federal budget deficit. So we got that one. It says here, it said the federal budget deficit was $928 billion in the first 7 months, and then the congressional budget estimates $568 billion more than the soft fall recorded during the shortfall. Shortfall recorded during the same period last year. Well, revenues were 10% lower and outlays were 8% higher from October through April than they were during the same period in fiscal year 2022, the agency continued. So the situation is as it is. Let's go here. Also, outlays is in the first 7 months of the fiscal year 2022 were $65 billion higher than they were otherwise. Okay, that's it with this. The point is this deficit right here. And I'm going to go to someone else. Let's go to these guys. This is per Reuters. And I saw this many times. This was on Wednesday. So I don't know, that's probably the same time. 7 days, 6 days ago, 5 days ago, whatever there was, 3 days ago. So Russia's January-April budget deficit hits $44 billion as energy revenues plunge. Everybody was celebrating. You can say, well, yes, Samuel, that's true. I take into consideration that $44 billion is to their economy, which is much smaller than US. But anyway, 44 versus 928, I think it's still, a little bit like a double. To say the least. What double? I'm talking shit here. 10 times, 20 times. It's more than 20 times, isn't it? Yeah, it's 44 billion. Yeah, it's 20 times less than the other guys. So I don't know what should happen with these guys, but these are the bad dudes, okay? We are the good dudes. We are the smart dudes, and these are dudes, and they are the bad dudes. And they're celebrating here. Russia's federal budget recorded a 3.4 trillion ruble, $43.8 billion deficit dollars in the first 4 months. And this is for 4 months, all right? So not 7 months. So if we want to put it in 7 months, we can calculate a little bit that. So that would be about 10 billion for, right? I mean, this is what is that? Is it 4 months? It's 4 months. So that means you got 10 billion per month, about 10 billion. So if you want to make it to 7, okay, add 30 more billion. So that would be 70.3 billion, to be honest, for the 7. So it's 70 billion. So having 70 billion, not 44, 70 versus this. And still is going to be at least, I would say, almost 15 times less. But they're in deficit. These are bad dudes. These are good dudes. So what should we do in a democratic system? This is one reason why I think this system of democracy, mass democracy that we have here, is not right. And besides, it's the mass media that also, and the education system, which is run by the government, pushes certain kind of values and policies in which value of people is really not realistic or where it should be. Because you can't vote for one person as Biden. You can't. That person should not even be elected as a dog catcher. Should not. At this point, I don't know how he was before. They say he was dumb then too. He's dumber now. I don't know. But nevertheless, at this stage, I don't know. I don't think so. The same. And I don't pick only on him. I can pick on George W. Bush as well. Should not. I think if I look back in history, in the past, let's say 50, 60 years, 70 years, I don't know if any of the, including JFK, I don't think any of these leaders should have been, maybe Nixon, not even, maybe Nixon, don't give me Reagan, okay, but maybe, who actually scratched the surface of a leader that should be elected to lead a country. I don't think any of these guys would have qualified. I don't think so. But nevertheless, it seems like the bar goes lower and lower and lower. And we have this guy coming in. What do we do now? Nothing. We wait. But we give what? I don't know how many billions of dollars. I can tell you, actually, they said they're going to be about $120 billion coming to Ukraine, military and other kind of aid for the United States and some other weasels. How many schools were built? How many roads? How many hospitals? And they go over there. It should be something that these guys, they're not idiots. In a way of they know where their interest lays, you know what I mean? So they know they will not invest in this war without thinking that they will get back much more than they invested. And it's true. If they take care of Russia, they will have access to resources for free almost. They will rule it. So that they will get their money back. And we need investments in Ukraine. Again, the bankers will get them, the energy companies will get it, and all that. So yeah, the investment has to have some returns here, and it's going to have. But this is democracy for us. In the meantime, we just see the power play here between these guys and those guys. And Ukraine is in the middle. And if Ukraine is not there, Georgia could be there, or Kazakhstan, or Poland, or the Baltic states, or Romania, something like that. Well, those are not beautiful numbers over there. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.